With almost 50 submissions to the build competition over the past 3 weeks, today it is finally time to announce the top 3 winners. It was extremely hard to judge, so today it's gonna get a bit spicy. Welcome, it's your friendly neighborhood Badger here, and as stated, today we're going to be announcing the top 3 winners of my community build competition that I started running about 3 weeks ago. You may have seen the video, you may have even applied. We have close to 50 applications and builds actually submitted for this. Through Discord, it's been pretty insane, and I did a really grueling stream to kind of vote them all, look at them all, and everything like that pretty much yesterday. And I'm really excited to announce everything here. Now, we're going to be talking about the top 3 builds, but down below in the description, there is a document with every single build, all of the paste bins, and I've also given comments to every single build. So if you actually submitted a build, there is some feedback there on the good and the bad sides about what you've submitted and everything like that. So go and check it out. There's lots of rating systems there. But we're just going to get right into it. If you do like this kind of content, if you want to see more of this, I'm planning to do one of these every league, but if it's really popular, we might even do more. And to keep in mind, the winner here is going to receive a $60 supporter pack, which I'll contact them about. And then I am going to be playing this build over the next week until BPL. I'll be building it on stream, and then I'll also be making a build guide for it, a video build guide that I can basically gift to them, which is really, really exciting. And then second place is going to be receiving a $30 supporter pack, and third place is going to be receiving commendations for their amazing work on their build. That's all I really have to say, so we're going to get right into it, starting with... For the third place, we have Lucrus's Dancing Duo Scion, or Ascendant. Now, Dancing Duo has been in the game for a really long time, and we've seen lots of builds with Dancing Duo, but the unique take using Scion here and going cold conversion turns this build from something that has been, you know, respectable, clear, and not great into bossing, as turning it into something, as you can see here, with some pretty crazy boss damage right there against Veritania. Now, this build does utilize, even though it's got some low life pool, as you do see there as well, it utilizes quite a lot of defenses in lots of other things, such as dodge and block, and really showcases what Dancing Dervish can really bring to the table when built around correctly. So let's have a look at the actual paste bin, shall we? Now, the path of building here, as you can see, we're utilizing a Scion Ascendant. We're going Pathfinder for your Worm Flask to get your Rampage up. And then we're also going Necromancer to give minion damage, attack and cast speed, and a bunch of other stuff through all of that. The pathing itself is going into lots of dodge, into Wind Dancer, as we can see down here, a 58-58 of attack and spell dodge. And coming up through here in a really nice Thread of Hope, and finishing off with some really well placed and well thought out clusters as well. Now, this build is pulling out around about a 3.1 million total DPS for each Dancing Dervish. So this is 6 and can even go up to 7 million right here as well. I've been really impressed with this build. It receives third place mainly because the uniqueness of the build itself. You know, Dancing Dervish has been done a lot, but lost a few points in terms of uniqueness because of that. However, going the cold conversion route and really juicing things up through things like Elemental Equilibrium and some really nice placements of these cluster jewels, as well as some great ideas, well, obviously Triad Grip here, and using your Victoria's Influence and Alpha's Howl to really buff up some really nice auras to jump onto your Dancing Dervishes. It really brings this into quite a respectable place. Speed is really good, bossing is really good, and is a lot less clunky than you would actually think. So congratulations to Lucrus for third place. Absolute commendations here. And once again, check that, check the Google Sheets down below if you want to have a look at this yourself. You want to look at the path of building, or you want to have a look at the videos or anything like that as well. Definitely go check that out. Well, this is third place. We're going to move on to... Second place goes to VoidInsanity, and it's been really close between second and first place, but VoidInsanity takes second place with Another Ascendant, would you believe, and another minion build. Now, this is not what I, expected to happen, but really, these builds between third and second, both being different types of minion builds, were both really unique in the way that they did work. They are, using Worm Flask and everything like that, but this build right here, as you can see, is an Animate Weapon. Now, once again, like Dancing Dervish, Animate Weapon has, had its time to shine in the past, and has been not really looked at for a very long time. Now, VoidInsanity has really gone into a really interesting route here, using lots of different things to do with swapping flasks, using some interesting uniques that we'll talk about just in a moment, and also pulling out some crazy DPS with this build right here. I really think it's very respectable, what has been put into this, and it's using Chain of Commands as well. Now, we'll just skip forward just to a little bit more boss killing here. We can see the Phoenix happening right at the end here, as we have 11 weapons up. And you can see with 11 weapons up, the Phoenix is now dead already. So, very strong bossing DPS. And this can also do things like Cirrus. It can do Uber Elder. It can do things where you would expect an Animate Animate Weapon to not really be able to do things. I'll just quickly talk about how that is actually done. So as we can see here, the kind of top end is hitting 70 million, or even if we switch to an Ancient Skull, it hits close up to 84 as well. Some other really nice things as well can be a Gale Sight as a budget, and we've got lots of different budgets here as well through things and everything like that. Now, obviously, there's some nice double corruptions on all of this, so it is a pretty min-maxed POB, but it can be played on a budget as well, which is super nice. Once again, down below if you want to check the POB for this. Now, as I said, there's a really interesting interaction, and one thing that did get a lot more points is someone is actually using the Traitor. Now, the Traitor is used here for those boss kills. Gain 4 flask charges per empty flask slot every 5 seconds. What this actually means in something like a Cirrus or an Uber Elder, as you jump in there, you can actually just take out all of your flasks except the Worm Flask to generate basically full charges of Worm Flask, pop Worm Flask, get some stuff through Chains of Command, get some weapons, and then put your flasks back on, and then that's actually super nice to then just do tons of damage right from the get-go. So it's not as clunky as you would think. Now, it did lose points because it is a little bit clunky. Obviously, you do have to, pull your flasks out, put them back in, but it's a lot more viable against bosses than you would actually think, which is really nice. The last little thing I will mention is starting out with Animate Guardian, there's a White Wind Animate Guardian setup here. Now, White Wind, this has actually been confirmed by developers, and I did not know this. This is another big brain energy right here. White Wind counts as being offhand is empty when being used as the Animate Weapon for your Chains of Command Animate Guardian right here as well. Which is really crazy. You get 200% increased gold damage and 25% chance to dodge attacks for all those weapons and your Animate Guardian. And then through things like a Gale Sight, Grithcal's Pelt, Painseeker, and Windscream, very easily on your Animate Guardian. It's super strong. I'm very impressed with everything that's gone into making this build work extremely well. As I said, the POB is a little bit min-maxed right here, but with the damage that you're pulling out and everything like that, it's amazing in my books. It really takes some really great points of uniqueness because of everything that has been used to make this build work really immensely well. So congratulations to VoidInsanity. You win a $30 supporter pack. I will contact you, but we are going to move on to first place with an absolutely amazingly crazy build that I am blown away with is a Raider by Weasel. Now, Weasel has brought us a Raider Trapper using Mahuzotl's Machination that achieves insane tankiness with crazy clear speed and very respectable boss damage. All on something that is relatively affordable for what you're actually pulling out of it. Things like 1.5 million effective health against elements, and around about 200 to 300,000 effective health against physical damage. And being a Raider, fully capped on dodge, evade, fully capped on spell dodge and everything like that as well. Now, what you're seeing in front of you here is just a little bit of a demonstration of the clear speed, but Weasel hasn't been able to record that well just with their PC, but you can definitely see the speed at which the attacker slain bar is going up there to really show you the clear speed in a T16 in Ultimatum. Now, we can also actually switch over to just to see a little bit of the damage against Shaper itself as well, but I really mainly want to jump into the pace spin itself to really showcase you know, everything to do with this build that's kind of crazy. So we're utilizing Explosive Trap against bosses. Now, as you can see here, the damage does start to stack up once you do start to actually get things down and start to proc everything, so you can see a bit of the damage there. So it's not damage that's, you know, going to be in the hundreds of millions, but coupled with the amount of tankiness that you do achieve, the speed that you do achieve, the quality of life from trapping with a raider that you do achieve, this build has really just blown me away. And there's some other really interesting mechanics and underutilized uniques that have also been brought into this build. So I hope you really enjoy this. As you can see there, the tanking, you don't really need to worry about almost anything in the game. Yeah, let's jump into the paste bin, shall we? So, first of all, we'll have a look at the skill tree, because this is one thing that really blew me away as soon as I looked at this. The condensed, kind of optimized skill tree, as we can see here. It is a level 96 skill tree, and we can very much see that we're very much stuck right in the Raider and Shadow area, not really needing to, you know, go any further to pick up anything else. A really amazing utilization of this Lethal Pride into Tempered of War here, and then also picking up so many other nodes through here. This all means that the Lethal Pride can also pick up some pretty juicy stuff in this radius. We're picking up some increased maximum chaos res through here, and we're also picking up a Fettle, some guerrilla tactics, like everything through here, and just your traditional mind stuff to get power and frenzies and endurances and everything like that. And around everything like that, lots of crit. Now, we are seeing, you know, this is a pretty juicy Watcher's Eye, so there are obviously some juiced things in here, but can be built on quite a budget as well. Let's have a quick look through here. So, you know, this Death Chance Sandbar Scepter, once again, is relatively high budget, but can be done a lot easier. Mahuzodl's Machination is where this build really shines, and utilizing this to the best, well, the best that it really can be, the best that I've seen so far. We're hitting close to 6,000 life here, but things coupled with your attack and spell dodge right here, your evade chance as well is super nice, and then using Wind Dancer and a bunch of other things to really generate a bunch of cool stuff. The helmet is where your single target is going to be, through your trap and mine damage, your explosive traps and everything like that, so you can craft a pretty nice Shaper helm. This is pretty good, could definitely be better. And then, you know, we've got a double corrupted Tinker skin here just for our art clear, but it is 100% not needed. The reduced fire damage taken is super strong, but there are some, you know, other things that you can get here. But Tinker skin is kind of mandatory, as well as Slave Driver's Hand, to really generate enough kind of ES and everything like that for your Mahuzodl's Machination to keep all of your tankiness up. Coupled just with an Aziri Step in the end, and lastly, a Leadership's Price. Now, Leadership's Price giving you +3 to maximum fire res is pretty darn nice for Mahuzodl's, but the bigger thing is actually Scorching Conflux, Brittle Conflux, and Sapping Conflux when your two highest attributes are equal. So obviously you do have to make sure that your two highest attributes are equal in this build, so there is quite a bit of balancing that is needed to be done here to really make sure it is, but if they are equal, then Leadership's Price is giving us crazy amounts. Now, you're wondering, are we actually, because this has been edited here, are we actually achieving full Scorch, full Brittle, and full Sap? Well, Weisel's actually gone right into everything here with the build. So this has really impressed me as well. Not only has this been, played really well, Weisel's also got a really awesome build guide for this on the forums, and I'm going to be basically putting this into a build guide for a video and everything like that as well. I'm playing it myself and seeing how far I can take this, how much more tankier I might be able to take this. But in terms of the offense, you can really see here that this is really done. So 125,000 damage in a single hit to fully Brittle. This is very much done very easily. 200 damage to fully Scorch, and 1 million damage to fully single hit, fully Sap Shaper as well, without element effect scaling. So Vile Arc is able to fully Sap in the build. which is extremely strong. And then going through all of the defenses here as well. I'm sure that I've missed things, but I really just want to effectively look at all of the, well, let's say the effective health pool here. You can see some pretty insane effective health pool. Now, obviously, physical damage is where the build does suffer, but even then, a 200,000 physical damage effective health pool is extremely strong, so definitely check that out. 85,000 against dot pools and 20,000 against fizz dot pools is really, really nice. And obviously, being Raider, we're completely immune to completely immune to elemental ailments. We've got phasing, we've got crazy, crazy move speed, and yeah, it's a super, super strong build. I'm really, really impressed with this one. Look, not too surprised that a Raider won, because Raider is in extremely good spot. But the uniqueness of how this build interacts with lots of new, unique interactions, and bringing back the old leadership's price as well. Nothing but kudos to this build. Really, really well done. So congratulations, Weasel. You have won a $60 supporter pack. I'll contact you about that, and I'm going to be playing this over the next week. We're going to be starting today on stream, so come and check us on stream. I'm going to be, I think, reusing an old Raider that I do have in Ultimatum League, and starting to spec into this. So it's going to be super juicy, and I'll see you all there. Now, the last thing that I will say, obviously this was judged entirely by me. You know, we were doing it on stream and everything like that as well. If you don't fully agree with the judging, if you thought other builds were good, leave a comment down below if you think other builds should have won or anything like that. You know, I'm very accepting of feedback and everything like that, and I want to make these build competitions, I want to do one each league, and I want to make them better and better and as fair as I can. So if you think it wasn't super fair this time around for any reason, just let me know. Like, I'm gonna take that on board. I really, really do appreciate it. Once again, check all the paste spins down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Badger is out.